Okay, leaving the parking lot. Heading up towards Mount Josephine Peak, whichever one it is. Maybe it's Josephine Peak. And this looks like the fire road right here. Seeing it's labeled Fire Road. So, this will be fun. That's Josephine. Strawberries over there. Lawler's further over that way. It's starting a little bit late in the day. It's getting on 2. It's fine. I've got plenty of light. I've got plenty of water, plenty of snacks to keep me going, so here we go. Right, so an explanation of where I'm going. This thing behind me here is Josephine Peak. That one over there is Strawberry Peak. And there's another one sort of same direction. It's called Mount Lawler. My goal is to get to all 3. Not sure if that'll happen. Mostly because I don't really want to be doing a lot of scrambly ridge walking in the dark. And also because I don't know how tired I'm going to be once I get through Strawberry. So the idea is I'm going to get up to the turnoff, go over towards Strawberry, do all the crazy ridge stuff. See people occasionally here, but the trail's nice and wide. No need to get close. Anyway, so I'm gonna head over to Strawberry first. If I'm there before 4 p.m., I will head on to Lawler. If not, I'll come right back and then do Josephine the other way. I'm carrying 6 liters of water, a bunch of fruit, some bread, peanut butter. I've got my PLB, got an emergency shelter, first aid kit, headlamps, extra batteries, rain jacket. Not gonna rain, but if it gets cold or windy, yeah, gloves in case any of the scrambly stuff needs them. I'm excited. Been hiking for probably 15 or 20 minutes by now. Out of my several hour hike, so I'm gonna get back to it and talk to you later. Just after 2:30, that's Strawberry. We are getting pretty close actually to the ridge. It's right up there. And then we'll go along the ridge, making good time. 3 to maybe 4 miles an hour up this section, which means going about 2 miles-ish. For 6 liters of water, I'm pretty happy with that. Here we are at the ridge. There's Strawberry. There's Josephine. Here's the whole Tahunga area where I've been hiking recently. Most stuff I've been doing is off that way, sort of beyond this next mountain range. Yeah, so it's another, I don't know, it's a ways. But here's a trail, so on we go. I forgot to mention, it is 2:50, so I have an hour and 10 minutes to get to the top of Strawberry if I want to continue to Lawler. I'm not gonna race for that, but it's in the back of my head. You know, if I want to go on, I got to get there within about an hour. So that is that. Turns out I went the wrong way back there, so I followed this ridge system when the trail comes right back to it anyway. So go figure. Very pretty though, not a loss. Found this cool concrete thing in the middle here. Clearly hollow. It's for water. Hey. Okay, on this intermediate peak here, there's Josephine, where I came from. There is Strawberry, not too far now. Sweaty, it's hot. It's hotter than I was hoping it'd be. So I'm gonna skip Lawler. It's a bit too late to make it there and still get out with daylight and energy left. Might still do Josephine. We'll see. Depends on how I feel when I get back to the junction. Josephine looks like it'd be maybe another... It had like 40 minutes of walking, 45 minutes of walking. Something like that. Which currently feels like it'd be okay. But when I'm done with this, we'll see if it still feels that way. So anyway, on to Strawberry. Here we are at the summit. Turn around to get a better light. Yeah, okay. So here we are. There's Mount Wilson. And then over this way there's Josephine. And down there is where we started. It's been a good hike. Halfway done. Right? More than half the work, but either way. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna take a break here, have some water, have some food. The time is, I don't know, it's probably like 4:30. Definitely not doing Lawler. Probably not doing Josephine, but we'll see. The road's easy. When I get down to the junction, I'll see how I feel. Yeah. It's a great day. Okay, so I ran into some people. They said that the other way down is a lot more gradual, and it takes me by Mount Lawler. So it adds some distance, because I got to go down the road now. I got to walk along the road between the Lawler Trail parking lot and the parking lot that I was at. But like, that's not a problem. And this lets me get easy distance, easy time on the road. And on this side, rather than going back and down climbing all that stuff, it got third class, it got fourth class, it had exposure. It can do it. It's just a little sketchier than I really want to go and do again. So here's the deal. I'm going to follow the ridge system down. I can see the trail already that will take me down to the road. Follow the ridge system down. Where it hits the trail, I see another ridge system going up. That's Mount Lawler. So we will do that. And then back down to the trail. And then out to the road. And then down the road to the car. The road's also going to be a lot more gradual. Be a little bit easier to walk on. So, that is the plan. Now, this is deviating slightly from the plan that I gave to Desi Domino so that she would know who to call and where to direct them if anything happens. However, it only deviates along the trail up to Mount Lawler. Everything else is on the route. So, Strawberry was on the route, Lawler was on the route. The only thing that's not is the trail down and the section along the road. Now, the trail down, very straightforward. It's a lot like the road was earlier, from what I've read. So, not worried about that. The road, also not worried. Plenty of people passing along. Could get a lift from someone, or at least they could go and communicate that I was in trouble. I also do have the PLB, so I'm not worried about any sort of scenario where I am unable to signal for help. The trail down is going a lot faster than the trail up, for whatever reason. Which is kind of nice. This will add some distance. This will probably add some time. It's a little after 5 p.m. right now, I think. Or about 5 p.m. maybe. Little bit after, for sure. I expect the road will be an hour. I expect getting over to Lawler will also be an hour. So we'll be done around 7:30. Back in Pasadena around 8 or so. Gives us a good 5.5 hours of hiking time, 6.5 hours total time. Take a nice shower, have a nice meal, and it's time to buckle in and work. Get caught up on everything that I'm not doing to take time and do this hike. So here we can see the Mount Wilson Observatory. It's a bit hard to see on camera, but very clear just looking at it. So you can see just barely both the solar telescopes, and I don't know if that's the 60 or the 100 inch. I suspect it's the 100, and all the radio towers. Made it back to the road. So now it's just maybe like 6 or 7 miles back to the car. Whatever. Still got plenty of water, still got plenty of food. Feet hurt a little bit, but like that's to be expected. I think all in all the hike will end up being 14 miles, 13 miles, I don't know. It's pretty long. Would have probably been longer if I did the original plan. I'm not sure about that actually. Been walking for sort of a long time. But in any case, Glendale, 20 miles, of which, I don't know, 10, 15 were on the road, and then I started hiking. So, yeah, 5 to 10 miles. Should take an hour to 2 hours or so. I can see Strawberry Peak ahead of me, so walking back past it, I guess. Man, that trail down really, it just went away. Straight away from the car, and then eventually down to the road. But that's Strawberry Peak. We know the view from up there is great. But that also means that once I reach that point, you know, I've got another 10 minutes or so before I'm there. Then I've got another at least 3 miles, or probably more like 4. I don't know, might be more than that even, before I get to the trailhead. So, another hour and a half of walking, something like that. Although I'm making good time. I just want to talk briefly about what I do to stay safe on the road when I'm hiking. The first one is I try to walk on the side that's opposite where traffic is. So, for example, here's this car. I was able to see him coming, and that meant that I could move over the barrier before he got anywhere close to me. So, if they're going the other side, they're not anywhere near me anyway. If they're on my side, then I see them coming, and I can move out of the way. So that's one big thing. And then moving over the barrier when I can. I like walking on the road better because it's a little smoother, but being over the barrier means that even if a driver isn't paying attention, they're not going to hit me, which is very important. Be a sucky way to die on a hike. Not that any of them aren't, but, you know. And then the second thing is I watch which way the road curves. So people tend to cut the inside of corners. And if you're going around a corner like this, where there's, like this one up ahead, I don't know if it'll come out in the video, mostly there's sun in the way. But if you're going around a corner like that, and there's a mountain on the uphill side, and it's blind, if I'm walking somewhat off the side of the road, obviously I can't be in the mountain. Some people cut that really, really close. And I do not want to get, oh, there's the moon. That's fun. I don't want to get hit by someone who's just taking a corner too tight. So, sometimes I will walk on the other side where traffic's behind me so that I'm not on the inside of a blind corner. Actually, the reason I'm recording this, I just saw somebody take a blind corner way too sharp, way too fast. And I realized, if I had been on that side of the road, I could have very easily gotten hit. Which is obviously something I don't want to do. So I've been paying really close attention to where the road goes, where people are likely to go outside their lane, all that kind of stuff. In other news, I think I can see where the car is up ahead. It's another couple miles, probably 2 or 3. I don't know. It's not going to be too bad though. Just gotta get there. Now I've come probably 2 miles by this point. I've been watching the mile markers, so at the end I should know roughly how long this walk was. And I can time that against like 6 p.m. when I started on the road, probably. And then I can figure out whether I'm actually walking at 3 miles an hour, whether that's an overestimate, underestimate. I think it might be a bit of an overestimate right now. I'm kind of tired. But that's about where we're at. In the home stretch, a couple miles to go, all downhill, but not, sharply downhill. It's all pretty flat. And I know the car's the end of it. The day's cooling off. The sun is almost down. Hopefully that comes out. Sun's almost down. I've got my headlamps, I've got extra batteries, so we're all good there. Oh, here's a mile marker coming up. 35 something 7. 35.67. 35.87. 35.87. Okay. Yeah, so I started a little bit above 38, which means 2.5 miles at this point. 35.87. Okay. I probably won't record any more on the road. I'm just going to get down to the car and then do a final little message there, and then we'll be done.